Hello, and welcome to the Practical English Podcast. My name is Mike.
And I'm Angela. We are so happy you've joined us today.
Today, we are talking about a very important topic for every English learner, modal verbs.
That sounds a little scary, Mike. Modal verbs. It sounds like a big grammar topic.
It does, but don't worry. We promise to make it easy and fun. We are going to focus on 4 of the most common modal verbs.
That's right. Today we're looking at can, could, should, and would. These little words are powerful. They help you say so many different things.
You can use them to talk about what you are able to do, to ask for things politely, to give advice, all sorts of useful everyday situations.
Exactly. So let's get started and help you speak more confidently. Are you ready, Mike?
I'm ready. Let's begin with our first modal verb, can. C-A-N, can.
Okay, can. This is probably the one our listeners know best. We often use can to talk about ability. This means something you know how to do.
Right. For example, I can play the piano. This means I have the ability to play the piano. Or she can speak French fluently.
That's it. It's pretty simple. Very important rule for all modal verbs is that the next verb is always in its base form. You don't say, I can to play.
No to. That's a great point, Angela. It's just can play, can speak, can swim. The negative is cannot, or more commonly, can't. For example, I can't sing very well.
So that's ability. Can has another very common use, right?
Yes. We also use it to ask for permission in an informal or casual way.
Like if I'm with a friend, I might say, can I borrow your pen or can I have a glass of water?
Exactly. You use this with friends, family, people you know well. It's friendly and casual. So, to review, can is for ability and informal permission.
Perfect. Now let's move on to our second modal verb, could. C-O-U-L-D. It looks and sounds similar to can.
It does, and sometimes it's used as the past tense of can. So if can is for ability in the present, could is for ability in the past.
Right. For example, when I was a baby, I couldn't talk, but now I can talk.
A very good example. Or last year he couldn't find the job, but now he's working at a great company. It shows a past ability or lack of ability that has changed.
Okay, so that's past ability, but we use could for more than that, especially when we want to be polite.
Yes, this is a very important one. Could is fantastic for making polite requests. We said before you can ask a friend, can I borrow your pen? But if you are talking to a stranger or your boss or someone you want to be more formal with, it is better to say, could I please borrow your pen? It sounds much more polite.
It really does. Could you tell me the time, please? Is much softer and more polite than can you tell me the time?
So true. There's one more great use for could. We can use it to make suggestions or talk about possibilities.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. For example, if someone asks, what should we do this weekend? You can offer an idea by saying, well, we could go to the beach.
Right, it's a suggestion, not a strong plan. Or, if you want to save money, you could bring your lunch to work. It's an option, a possibility.
So to summarize could, it's for past ability, making polite requests, and giving suggestions or talking about possibilities.
Excellent. Are you ready for number 3?
I am. Our third modal verb is should. S-H-O-U-L-D.
Should is all about giving advice or saying what you think is the right thing to do.
That's right. If your friend says, I have a terrible headache, you might say, you should take some medicine.
Exactly. It's your recommendation. It's what you think is a good idea for them. Or if someone wants to improve their English, you can say, you should listen to podcasts.
Very good advice, Mike.
The negative form is shouldn't. We use this to give advice about what not to do. For example, you shouldn't eat so much sugar. It's bad for your health.
Right. It's important to remember that should is for advice, not a strict order. If a doctor tells you, you must stop smoking, that's an order. But if a friend says, you should stop smoking, that's strong advice.
That's a very good distinction. So should is our go-to word for giving friendly advice and recommendation.
Okay, on to our fourth and final modal verb for today. Would. W-O-U-L-D. That L is silent, by the way. It sounds like would.
Yes, good point. Would is a superstar of politeness. We use it all the time to make polite offers and invitations.
For example, if a guest comes to your house, you can ask, would you like a drink? It's much more polite than saying, do you want a drink?
Definitely. And for invitations, we are having a party on Saturday. Would you like to come? It's warm and inviting.
And a common way to answer is, yes, I would, or I'd love to. That D in I'd is a contraction of I would.
That's right. Now, besides offers, would has another very important use. We use it to talk about imaginary or hypothetical situations.
This can feel a little more advanced, but the basic idea is simple. You use it for things that are not real, like a dream or a wish. For example, if I had $1 million, I would travel the world.
A classic example. I don't have $1 million, so it's just an imaginary situation. Here's another. I'm so busy. If I had more free time, I would read more books.
It really helps you express ideas beyond the simple present. It's about what is possible in your imagination. So, to recap would, we use it for polite offers and invitations and to talk about hypothetical situations.
That was a lot of information, but hopefully it was clear. We've covered our 4 key modal verbs. Let's do a very quick final review.
Great idea. First, we had can. We use this for ability, like I can swim, and for informal permission, like can I go now?
Then we talked about could. We use it for past ability, like he could run fast when he was young. We also use it for polite requests, could you help me? And for suggestions, we could order pizza.
Next was should, our advice word. You should see a doctor, and the negative, you shouldn't worry so much.
And finally, would. We use it for polite offers, would you like some tea? And for imaginary situations. If I were you, I would take the job.
Remember, the best way to learn these is to use them. Try to make your own sentences. Notice them when you are listening to English or reading.
That's the best advice. Practice is key. We hope this episode was helpful for you.
Thank you so much for listening to the Practical English Podcast. Join us again next time. Goodbye for now.
Bye, everyone. Happy learning.